So Chelsea have the capability of topping the group tonight for Group E in the Champions League once they beat AC Milan in the San Siro. Now that being said, it will not be that easy. As we know, going to the San Siro is never an easy test for any team. The thing though is that they have been struggling and they haven't won back-to-back home matches in the Champions League for almost a decade now, which again seems like a very bizarre stat to read about, but again, it is true, and hopefully Chelsea can keep that going. Now, that being said, AC Milan is still dealing with quite a few injuries, which again is going to affect any team. Every team goes through this. It just depends on when it lands. And right now, AC Milan are having these issues, which again makes it easier. Question mark on that for Chelsea, but it does give them the advantage, even though we are playing away. Now, obviously, we know that Chelsea have been kind of on a hot streak right now. Won back-to-back games with a clean sheet, 3 goals. So again, we are starting to attack better, scoring goals, but keeping that clean sheet is the big thing, which I'm not too sure if we'll be able to do today with playing away. But again, Graham Potter is getting these guys playing the way that he wanted to, the way that they should have been playing for the last couple of seasons. But really, it's phenomenal to watch these guys play the way they have been because, again, we have all this talent coming off the bench and all over the pitch. Again, we should be able to score from pretty much anywhere. Yet before Graham Potter came in, no offense to Thomas Tuchel, we were very stagnant, very lackluster, wasn't able to do anything, and we were barely even putting chances on goal. Now that Graham Potter has come in, that is a whole different story, and we look so much better. And again, it's only beginning of it. So right now, with Graham Potter getting more and more into this season, we're going to see better and better tactics from him and getting players playing better and better. Now, my team that I predict will be starting this game, it should be fairly obvious, but at the same time, there will be a few maybe questionable players. But as we saw against Wolves this past week in the Premier League, Graham Potter did rest a few players up. So obviously, they were going to be playing this game. One of those is going to be Thiago Silva, but I'll get to the defense in just a second. But keeper-wise, Kepa will be starting for us, which again, I've talked about this before. It's his position right now to lose. He's been doing very, very well, back-to-back clean sheets. So again, there's no reason for him not to start this match. Mendy, hopefully he can maybe get back in this role. But again, Kepa has been doing so well. There's no reason to bench him. Now, our defense, I'm not too sure exactly how Graham Potter was going to go. I think he's going to do 3 in the back with 2 wing backs, so 5, I guess you could technically say. But that, I'm not too sure if we're going to go with our seniority players. I think, obviously, Thiago Silva is going to start this match because, again, he did rest over the weekend. I do see Azpilicueta starting this game on the right side and Koulibaly on the left side, which, again, could be controversial. Maybe Chalobah does start over Azpilicueta, but I think Graham Potter is going to go with these guys because, again, he's really sure on his defense when it is rock solid, and these guys are obviously all rock solid. You could question Azpilicueta's age, but still, the seniority, the games experiences these guys have all had, again, can show up to any match. And again, going to the San Siro is going to be difficult. So you want players that, again, can keep their cool, and I'm not too sure if Trevor Chalobah can do that. Obviously, Wesley Fofana is still out injured, so therefore, that is why I'm picking those 3. Now, wingbacks, it's difficult because obviously the left wing back can be up for debate. It could be either Cucurella or Ben Chilwell. I'm going to say Ben Chilwell just because he is better going forward. Koulibaly sitting behind him. Again, we have a little bit more defense, but again, Cucurella could start there, but I'm going to go with Chilwell. Right side, Reece James, no question about that. One of the best players in that position. Came off the bench against Wolves, so again, he was kind of rested for that match. So again, we're looking forward to seeing him play in this match. Now, midfield, again, this is kind of controversy because we could go with multiple players, especially after the game against Wolves. I could see some players maybe getting some more game time, but I think Kovacic and Ruben Loftus-Cheek are going to be our starting players. Now, you may wonder why Jorginho is not going to start here, but really, Ruben Loftus-Cheek gives us that capability of being a little more flexible in the midfield and a little more creativity, whereas Jorginho, not so much. It's pretty stagnant pass back and forth, nothing too threatening for the most part in midfield. Again, with Kovacic, because both these guys are pretty similar, and I think Kovacic is the better player, so therefore that's why he's starting. Maybe I could see Jorginho coming off the bench later on if we were winning this game, but I think Ruben Loftus-Cheek gets to start this game because, again, he does bring that capability of being creative in the midfield. Now, up top, pretty much Sterling and Aubameyang will start. They did get rested this past weekend, so again, that's pretty obvious. Right wing, though, there are 3 players that we could go with: Mason Mount, Kai Havertz, and Pulisic. Now, Mason Mount did fairly well this past weekend, but so did Pulisic. Kai Havertz, both those guys scored. So really, it is up in the air for Graham Potter. My assumption, though, is that he's going to go with Pulisic. I think Pulisic is going to get his first start under Graham Potter, or not, sorry, in the Champions League. And therefore, again, I think this is going to be a very risky start, but at the same time, I think there'll be a massive reward with starting Pulisic because, again, on that right side with Pulisic and Reece James being so pacey, that is going to be very difficult for AC Milan on that left side. That they're really going to have to sit back. And again, they do attack more on the left side. So again, overloading that right side for Chelsea, I think will help us out in winning this game and kind of pushing back AC Milan as well. So my prediction for this match, I do see Chelsea winning this game. I do see quite a few goals happening though. I see this game ending 3-2, obviously in Chelsea's favor. I think it's going to be a back and forth game, but I think at the end, Chelsea will get a game winner late in this match. But again, it's going to be back and forth. It's going to be a very hard game for this, but I do see Chelsea going top of the table as well for Group E. I think Salzburg will most likely get a draw this game, if not actually lose. I could see that happening, but I think Chelsea get all the points today, and again, they should get closer and closer to winning this group, even though we had that scare in the beginning. So that is all I have for you today. If you did enjoy this video, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe down below. I greatly appreciate that. Helps get this video to more and more fans such as yourself. And that is it. And I will see you next time.